Friends, Planeswalkers, welcome back to the Janky Planeswalker. How about we crack some motherfucking Double Masters? These are the only Double Masters that I was able to get my hands on during this release. So we're going to see if any of these 48 cards are absolutely amazing. For the first part of the video, I'm going to see just kind of what we pull. Just take a look at them and see what we got. And then for the second part of the video, what we'll do is we're going to see if there's anything in here that is going to slot into any of my decks. That bear token, I'm sure I'm going to put that in something. The Drowsy Scion token, alright. Cryptic Spires, still don't know how I feel about these lands, but whatever, we'll see. Conclave Mentor, it's a 2/2 Centaur Cleric for 2 if 1 or more +1/+1 counters will be put on a creature you control. That many plus 1 more are put on that creature instead. When it dies, you gain life equal to its power. That's pretty cool. Okay. 10th District Legionnaires, a 2/2 human soldier for 2 with haste. When you cast a spell that targets this thing, put a +1/+1 counter on it, and then scry 1. Nice. Let's fucking go. Imperial Seal, sorcery for 1, search your library for a card, then shuffle, and put that card on top. You lose 2 life. This is the chase card. Sweet. Mindrack Liege, 4/4 horror for 6. Other blue creatures you control get +1/+1. Other red creatures you control get +1/+1. You can pay 4. You may put a blue or red creature card from your hand onto the battlefield. Fucking A. Alright. Stagger Shock. It's an instant for 3. It deals 2 damage to any target. And it's got Rebound. I like the Rebound part of it. Nope, that one goes there. Cold Steel Heart. It's a snow artifact. It's also my ex-girlfriend. For 2, ETBs tapped. As the ETBs, choose a color. Add 1 mana of the chosen color. Okay. Tap it to add 1 mana. Graveblade Marauder. It's a 1/4 human warrior for 3 with Death Touch. When it deals combat damage to a player, that player loses life equal to the number of creature cards in your graveyard. In some decks, that could get real nasty. Dreg Mangler is a 3/3 plant zombie for 3 with haste and scavenge for 5. I don't know what that is. You can pay 5, exile this card from your graveyard, put a number of +1/+1 counters equal to this card's power on a target creature. Scavenge only as a sorcery. Okay. Seems expensive. Martial Glory. It's an instant for 2. Target creature gets +3/+0 until end of turn. And target creature gets +0/+3 until end of turn. Split it up, move it around. Seeker's Squire is a 1/2 human scout for 2. When Seeker's Squire enters the battlefield, it explores. To explore is to reveal the top card of your library, put that card into your hand if it's a land. Otherwise, put a +1/+1 counter on this creature, and then put the card back, or put it into your graveyard. Anointed Valor is Angel for 6. That's a 3/5 flying. Whenever a creature attacks, you may pay 3. When you do, put a +1/+1 counter on that creature. Aven Initiate is a 3/2 flying with Embalm for 7. You can exile this creature from your graveyard, give tokens a copy of it, except it's a white zombie bird with no mana cost, and you can only embalm as a sorcery. Coiling Oracle is a 1/1 Snake Elf Druid for 2. When it ETBs, reveal the top card of your library. If it's a land card, put it onto the battlefield. Otherwise, put that card into your hand. Rift Bolt. It's a sorcery for 3. It deals 3 damage to any target. You can suspend 1. Okay. Elvish Rejuvenator. When it ETBs, look at the top 5 cards of your library. You may put a land card from among them onto the battlefield tapped. The rest on the bottom of your library in a random order. Let's see what we had in pack number 2. Pack number 1 was pretty sweet. Gotta say, I didn't mind getting that Imperial Seal. Or even that Mindrack Liege. And let's do it this way so we can get to the in the right order. Okay, Burning Tree Emissary. One of ETBs. add 2 mana. It's not bad at all. Okay, now back Rhino. It's a 4/4 Rhino for 4 with trample. Whenever you cast a spell that targets it, draw a card. Okay. Kieran Striker, 2/1 Human Warrior for 2. Whenever another creature ETBs under your control, it gets +1/+0 and gains trample until end of turn. Fireblade Artist, 2/2 Human Shaman for 2 with haste. At the beginning of your upkeep, you may sack a creature. When you do, it deals 2 damage to target opponent or planeswalker. Spell Pierce, to instant for 1 counter. Target non-creature spell, unless its controller pays 2. That is better than it sounds sometimes. Hyena Umbra. It's enchantment aura for 1 enchanted creature. Enchanted creature gets +1/+1 and has first strike. Totem armor. If enchanted creature would be destroyed, instead remove all damage from it and destroy this aura. That's pretty cool. Vampire Sovereign. A 3/4 Vampire Noble for 5 with flying. When it ETBs, target opponent loses 3 life and you gain 3 life. Okay. It's expensive, but okay. Settle Beyond Reality. It's a sorcery for 5. You can choose one or both. Exile target creature you don't control, or exile creature you control, and then return it to the battlefield under its owner's control. Alright. Mentor of the Meek. 2/2 Human Soldier for 3. Whenever another creature with power 2 or less ETBs under your control, you may pay 1. If you do, draw a card. Card draw is good. Eternal Witness, a 2/1 Human Shaman for 3. When it ETBs, you may return target card from your graveyard to your hand. Nothing wrong with that. Blazing Hellhound. It's a 3/4 Elemental Dog for 4. Sack and pay 1. Sack another creature. Blazing Hellhound deals 1 damage to any target. Guided Passage. Sorcery for 3. Reveal the cards in your library. An opponent chooses from among them a creature card, a land card, and a non-creature, non-land card. You put those cards into your hand and then shuffle. Yeah. Abbot of Curl Keep. 2/1 Human Monk for 2 with prowess. When Abbot of Curl Keep ETBs, exile the top card of your library. Until in turn, you may play that card. Okay, not too shabby. Ainuk Bondkins, a 2/1 Dog Soldier for 2 with Outlast. Each creature you control with a +1/+1 counter has first strike. Alright. Spark Mage's Gambit. It's a sorcery for 2, and it deals 1 damage to each of up to 2 target creatures. Those creatures cannot block this turn. And the Cryptic Spires thing. Still not sure how I feel about those. Got a Night Token to top it off with a zombie on the backside. You don't want a zombie on your backside. Alright, the last pack. I think we might have shot our wad with the first one. But what the hell. Let's open this anyways, because I'm not going to put it in the paper shredder. Alright. That's it. Liev Skyknight's a 3/1 Human Knight for 3 with flying. When it ETBs, detain target non-land permanent and opponent controls. Detain is until your next turn. That permanent can't attack, block, uses activated abilities, and it can be activated. Okay. Ambuscade is an instant for 3. Target creature control gets +1/+0 until end of turn. It deals damage equal to its power to target creature and opponent controls. Okay. Not quite a fight card, but in the vein. Stormfleet Pyromancer is a 3/2 Human Pirate Wizard for 5. It's got Raid. When when it ETBs, if you attack this turn, it deals 2 damage to any target. Okay, that's something you use in your post-combat main. Centered Strands. It's a sorcery for 2 as an additional cost. You sack a creature. You gain life equal to the sacked creature's toughness. Destroy target creature and opponent controls. That's not too bad. Mana Leak. It's an instant for 2. Counter target spell unless its opponent pays 3. You gotta hate it when your mana gets leaky. Okay, Militia Buglers, a 2/3 human soldier for 3 with vigilance. When it ETBs, look at the top 4 cards of your library. You may reveal a creature card with power 2 or less from among them and put it into your hand. Put the rest on the bottom of your library in any order. That might be suitable in a certain kind of deck. On Earth, it's a sorcery for 1. Return target creature card with mana value 3 or less from your graveyard to the battlefield. It also has a cycling ability for 2. Is it Charm? Oh, we're charmed to be back to the Is it Charm. It's an instant for 2. You can choose 1, counter a target non-creature spell unless its controller pays 2. Is it Charm deals 2 damage to target creature, or draw 2 cards and discard 2 cards. Selesnya Sanctuary. Oh, that's pretty. DTB's tap. When it's a bounce land, then it taps for Selesnya. I like it. Rancor. Oh, the Rancor. Enchantment Aura for 1. Enchant creature. Enchanted creature gets +2/+0 and has Trample. When Rancor is put into the graveyard from the battlefield, return it to its owner's hand. Myth Realize. It's an enchantment for 1. When you cast a non-creature spell, put a lore counter on Myth Realized. You can pay 3 to put a lore counter on Myth Realized. You can pay 1, and until end of turn, Myth Realized becomes a monk avatar creature in addition to its other types, and gains this creature's power and toughness are equal to the number of lore counters on it. That could get quite big and gross. Alright, Planar Bridge. It's a legendary artifact for 6. Pay 8 and tap it. Search your library for a permanent card and put it into the battlefield, then shuffle. Nothing wrong with that. It's a little on the high end, but if you got a bunch of mana. Fire Song and Sunspeakers. 4/6 legendary creature Minotaur Cleric for 6. Red instant and sorcery spell you control have lifelink. Whenever a white instant or sorcery spell causes you to gain life, Fire Song and Sunspeaker deal 3 damage to target creature or player. Not bad, not bad. Webweaver Changeling. It's a 3/5 shapeshifter for 5 with reach. When it ETBs, if there are 3 or more creature cards in your graveyard, you gain 5 life. Alright. Augur Spree. Target creature gets +4/-4 until end of turn. It's an instant for 3. And finally, the Cryptic Spires. I guess we knew that was coming, didn't we? Okay, the treasure with a boar on the back. Alright, folks, that just about does it here. I'm going to look through these real quick and see if there's anything that's going to slot into any of my decks. I believe there might be. Alright, friends, I've narrowed it down to just these last 3 cards. This Mind Rack Liege. I don't know why I like it so much, but I do really like it. I don't know what it's going to go into, but I feel like I'm going to have to put it into something because it looks fucking cool. The Planar Bridge. Again, it might go in my Legends Matter deck because it's fetchable as a legendary artifact. It might just go in one of my big stompy decks that has a bunch of mana to throw around, but it's going in something. Imperial Seal. Well, this just paid for just about everything right here. But that's definitely going to be going in something. I don't know what any of these are going into, but they're all going to go into something pretty soon. All right, folks, like, comment, subscribe. Let me know what you got. Peace.